The $250 billion desert. A single patch of Arizona sand now holds $250 billion of the most sensitive hardware ever built. This is the Phoenix Gigafab, a massive strategic bet that TSMC can replicate its entire Taiwan industrial complex 5,000 miles away. As of May 2026, this site has transitioned from a construction project into the central nervous system of American tech. With Fab 1 hitting full production and Fab 2 starting pilot runs ahead of schedule, the desert has officially become the world's first functional mirror of the Hsinchu Science Park. This is more than a factory expansion. It is a complete export of the industrial crown jewels intended to ensure that a blockade of the Taiwan Strait cannot collapse the global economy. But the real miracle isn't just the chips, it is the secondary infrastructure moving in next door. The Hsinchu migration effect. Building a fab is the easy part, but building an ecosystem is where most domestic manufacturing efforts fail. To solve this, TSMC didn't just move its own machines, it forced its entire supply chain to migrate. Over 60 individual firms, specializing in everything from extreme ultraviolet lithography to rare chemical purification, have now established permanent bases in the Phoenix suburbs. Companies like Amcor and Fengqian are building advanced packaging plants and engineering hubs within a 30-minute drive of the main campus. This creates a closed-loop system where every component of a 2-nanometer chip can be sourced, processed, and packaged without ever leaving U.S. soil. By concentrating this density of expertise in one county, TSMC has created a gravity well for talent that makes it impossible for competitors to keep up. They are effectively cloning the geographic concentration that made Taiwan untouchable for 40 years. Automation over culture. While early critics claimed that American workers would never accept the grueling 24/7 work culture of Taiwan, TSMC bypassed the human problem through extreme automation. The Phoenix facility uses 5 times more robotic material handling systems than its counterparts in Asia. Thousands of automated pods move wafers across overhead tracks in a sterile environment that requires almost zero human intervention on the floor. By making the fab autonomous, they have lowered the headcount requirement and turned a potential labor shortage into a permanent technical advantage. Dismantling the silicon shield. This massive investment marks the intentional dismantling of the silicon shield. For decades, the world's reliance on Taiwan for high-end logic chips was the island's best defense, because the global economy could not afford to let those factories be compromised. But by exporting its most advanced technology to Arizona, TSMC is providing its biggest customers with a way to walk away. As Apple and Nvidia begin sourcing 100 million chips annually from Phoenix, the strategic imperative for the United States to defend the Taiwan Strait shifts from a survival necessity to a secondary policy concern. This is a cold, calculated insurance policy that protects corporate revenue even if regional stability in Asia collapses. We are witnessing a historic decoupling where technology is no longer used as a deterrent, but as a portable asset that can be moved behind safer borders. For the first time in history, the most advanced semiconductors on Earth are being produced in a place that does not require a navy to protect its shipping lanes. The signal under the noise. The Phoenix Hub is the first stage of a sovereign supply chain that values geographic stability over traditional cost efficiency. By analyzing the supplier migration and the aggressive automation pivot, it is clear that TSMC is no longer just a foundry but a geopolitical buffer. This moves the semiconductor industry from a just-in-time model to a just-in-case model, where the premium for security is permanently baked into the price of every piece of hardware. For the strategist, this means the geographic monopoly of East Asia is dead, replaced by a distributed fortress of manufacturing that can survive a total Pacific shutdown. The investment thesis for the entire sector has shifted from geopolitical survival to operational execution on American soil. The success of this Arizona experiment proves that industrial miracles are portable if you have enough capital to move the entire ecosystem at once. Watch the July yield reports from Fab 1. If they continue to match Taiwan's gold standard, the transition to a post-Taiwan tech economy is officially complete. Subscribe for more.